Hello, how are you guys today? I'm recording another video. I was trying to do something quick. People say, where are your new videos? You ain't put out nothing. And, so I said, well, I want to put out something that you guys can see or hear, where you don't have to wait a long time to see what we're doing. But even before we get into the topic, I want to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up on the video. If you don't like the video, you can click the thumbs up and take it off. But I wanted to have you guys do that. And then if you want to check out our business credit funding stuff, or sign up with us, or submit your credit monitoring so we can do analyzation of your report, you can go to paperworkscredit.com. Works is W-E instead of W-O, paperworkscredit.com. So with that being said, we'll get into the topic. So we're going to talk about authorized trade lines, or AUs, or some people call them trade lines. And we're going to talk about primary accounts. People talk about, do you have any primaries to add to your report, or some of the starter accounts that are primaries. We could talk about, some of the companies that issue credit, secured credit cards or starter cards. In this particular video, we're not going to address secured and starter credit cards, but the primaries that primary accounts that you can get and actually order things and start to build or enhance your credit. So I have a number of clients that call me about obviously fixing credit, raising their score, trade lines, adding authorized users, and primaries. And so, as this video, a lot of people get information from the internet. And so, because I'm in finance or financing, I've been in financing 26 years, from real estate to business, personal. I really look at what is the true time frame that you're looking at to get this done. If you're in a hurry, I'm just going to make this as plain as simple. If you're in a hurry, you're going to need a budget to buy authorized trade lines or trade lines. These are other people's credit that you can add to the report to enhance your report. Yes, they're legal. So, people ask me that. How long can they stay on your report? You have some trade lines 30, 60, sometimes 90 days. And matter of fact, depending on the company, it may stay on your report forever, but it may not update. So that's the response to the time issue. But what I'm saying is that to really enhance your reports, you're going to have a budget. So if you have a budget, a couple of grand to add trade lines, then that may be the route for you, so that you can accumulate or apply and get approved for new credit. So usually it takes 2 to 4 weeks for these accounts to show up on your report, and to get a boost in credit score. Be prepared. Trade lines can be anywhere from $500 to $1,500, depending on what you're trying to achieve. People obviously want to get the highest approvals, but you're looking at spending a nice piece of money, and so will that benefit you, in the short term? With us, you're probably looking at a package of trade lines, probably somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000 that would get you approved for credit. So you know, that's my response to people who may see this video or who have already contacted me. Yes, we can help you with that. Yes, we do work with lenders all day long, know the criteria. Based on your report, we can say we can do this or that, you know, and here's what's realistic. Now, moving over to the primaries that you can apply for and get yourself. Do you want to get these primaries first and then get trade lines? Well, it may be overkill. And what I mean by that, you get the primaries and they're on your report 2-3 months, whatever the case may be. And then you add the authorized users, which is fine. So that may jack your score more. So depending on the authorized users that you get and their amounts, this may affect what you get approved for, because depending on the lender's criteria, they might look at what's the most recent account, what's the oldest account. You know, each lender is different. So it may be overkill. Just to give an example, you got a primary that you opened 3 months ago that's $5,000, but all of your trade lines are, let's say, 20 grand. But you got a recent account open at $5,000. This, depending on the lender may say, well, we're going to look at the most recent account to base our calculation for approval, which may be lower than the trade lines you pay for. But again, that depends on lender to lender. This doesn't really affect you as much 6 months to 12 months down the line, because obviously you got a full year. Depending on the lender, 6 months may be sufficient. So you can add trade lines and have a greater array of lenders to apply to and get approvals and not be affected by certain criteria. So to wrap this up, what I would say, if you don't have a budget to pay for trade lines, you probably want to start with your primary accounts. They're not the greatest accounts. They're not with you know, the top banks and stuff like that, and the credit bureaus can determine this, and that'll be another video where you don't get the best scores, but you got the history and you didn't have the budget, and so you can save up money to add trade lines later, and you got 6 months or 12 months of history. But if you have the budget, well, let me say this first. If you got to repair your credit and pay to have it repaired, and then add some trade lines, and you don't have the budget, so you certainly, in my opinion, that's what I would do. I'd pay to get my credit clean, add some primaries, and then save up for the authorized users. But if you had a budget to clean your credit, or your credit is already clean, then I would add trade lines. But I would specifically want to work with someone or a company that understands what and which type of things the lenders look at, so you can get the, you know, greatest bang for your buck. So anyway, I'm going to cut this short. Hopefully that was helpful to someone. Again, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, go to the website paperworkscredit.com, or you can give us a call, 773-373-9184. Thanks.